This week's race was in Scotland for 5 laps of the Glasgow Crit course. I was really looking forward to this because I've not seen this route yet. I've ridden the outer bits of Scotland, but not the Crit area. I know it's going to be a fast race with 5 laps, very short laps, with a bit of a hilly bit to come somewhere is all I knew. I didn't do any sort of course recon before this race whatsoever, so I was just going to go for it as I saw it. What also was really good to see was a big group of Ds. Had to put out a bit of a blast there to catch in with the back of the Ds, but thinking to myself, actually, we've got a chance of staying away from the groups behind us on a short race. Relatively flat, I thought at the time. It is a bit lumpy, but I thought with a group this size we might have a chance. We've got Latix in there, I Davies, Stewie D, P Harper, D Howarth, M Hill, G Camstra, A Evans, A Mott. I think maybe there's some others in there as well. It's moving around a bit, but we're trying to come back together. We're just going to start. This is the start finish line. Just coming over there now, and I'm kind of hoping we'll group up together and work quite well as a group. So we've got 15 kilometers to go from this point. I didn't really have a plan for this race. If you've been watching my recent videos, you'll know that I've been struggling a little bit just with being able to race properly and feel like I can ride, put out a power and ride strong. And I guess my aim here was that if I can hold on for one more lap, that's better. Just keep holding on for that one more lap. This is the first time I've seen this little leg snapper here. I'm out of the saddle, putting out what I can to make sure, as I say in every video I do, I don't want to lose the back of that draft because that is game over as they disappear off the road. You need to try and stay in with that group. We spread out a little bit as we go out there, everyone putting out their own power at different levels. It does split the group very slightly, but we do come back together, and there's a little bit of a respite here as you go downhill towards a little bit more hilly stuff. But we do come back together, and that, as you can see the pain on my face there, I've really had to put out some effort to stay in with just to get up that hill. I didn't want to slow on the hill. I was not intentionally to move off the front in any way, but I just felt if you push up on a hill and you slow and don't give your all and you fall out the back, you're done. So just give everything you can up a hill is what I do. But I managed to stay in with the group, feeling okay actually at this point as well, which is good. Another little bit of an uptick hill here, just again putting out a bit of power, make sure I don't lose the group. I sound quite repetitive when I keep saying that, but that's all that goes around in my head when I'm in these races. There is no design of trying to break away off the front. There's no idea of even trying to win the race. It is just stay in the group for as long as I possibly can, because at the point that I lose the group behind, I want to try and have a gap to the people, the faster categories behind us. I just want a gap to be as big as possible so that I can potentially beat those guys as well. But we're just about to head towards finishing the first lap. We're all pretty much together. I've noticed here D Howarth's fallen off, unfortunately. He's 28 seconds back. H Swan is 54 seconds back, and then the C's are now 1 minute 38 behind us. We've got 4 laps to go. So I'm starting to wonder, is there a possibility of a D category win today? As we come around to that hill again, I'm still feeling relatively good. I mean, I'm struggling, and I am struggling quite a bit, but I'm not feeling as weak as the previous few races. So I'm feeling good. I'm quite enjoying it. And we're going to hit that hill again now. You can see my power graph at the bottom is really, really spiky. That's partially down to the terrain, and partially just down to how I ride when I'm at full blast trying to hang in. I'm out of the saddle again here thinking, do not lose that group, do not lose that group, whatever you do. They are starting to pull away slightly, so I have to up it. I was up at 650 watts here, just making sure that I don't lose the back. At least if I'm ahead of a couple of people, I can use their draft to catch up with the main group. But again, you can see my face. It is taking a lot out of me just blasting up this hill every lap. But that's twice I've done it. 3 more to go. You can see that I've lost the back of the group slightly on the downhill, and then this little incline I have to put out a real burst. I backed off a little bit too much. Partially probably because I wasn't paying too much attention, but partially because I'm actually hurting quite a bit. This is a frantic pace. We're only 8 minutes into the race. Everybody knows it's short. We've only got 10 kilometers to go. So everybody is pushing, and I'm having to, on these inclines, every one we do is just taking more and more power out of my legs. And I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on in there, feeling okay, taking the rest when I can. And again, you can see I'm just slightly falling off the back of the group, having to put some power down to catch them again. I've got a feather. I decided not to use that because I'd rather save it for the main climb. I think that'd be where I get the most benefit out of it. So just putting down some power, coasting up to the back of the group again as we head towards the finish line for the second lap. 3 laps to go. Just coming around to that climb for the third time, and I'm kind of transitioning to hang on mode. I'm really trying to keep and stay onto the back. I'm not pushing out the front after my efforts. It's literally just try and hang on to that last wheel of the group. We're about to go up here again, and every one of these climbs that we do, I am definitely losing strength and losing power. It's taking that little bit more out of me every time. And whilst I think that maybe the lumpy power profile would be a benefit to me in this race, you can see I've lost the gap here. I've had to put the featherweight down to try and catch up, and I've fallen off the back a bit. Thankfully I do catch up with them, but yeah, every little climb that we go up, because the rest of it isn't really that flat, it's just taking that little bit more and more out of my power and out of my legs. But bit of a sigh of relief on that one, as I can use this hill to try and coast up behind these guys again. Heart rate up at 180. I have to put down a bit of power here actually on the hill because I've lost the draft. And that's the last thing I want to do. Despite being heavier than most people, that still won't overcome the power of the draft. So yeah, I'm starting to struggle a bit now. Up another one of those lumpy bits, and I'm having to go again. More red zone effort to catch up. Andy had fallen off the back slightly there as well. He's managed to catch up with the group, but you can see those red zone efforts are getting more and more often as well, because I'm really starting to struggle just to keep going at this pace. Managed to catch up behind. That's the third lap completed. Yeah, you can see my face. I'm really starting to feel it now. It's crazy after only 14 and a half minutes to feel completely wiped out. But you just keep pushing as much as you can. 2 laps to go, 6.1 kilometers. Up the hill we go again then, and you can see I'm off the back again. Not in with that group, not benefiting from the full draft because I'm just clinging on, and I'm having to really push again as I have every single lap. I'm thinking, can I keep doing this? Come on, there's 2 laps. It's just 2 more times up this hill. Look at my face. It is hurting. I promise you it is hurting. But again, I managed to get there in the group, and I know there's that slight downhill. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a little bit of respite for me just to enjoy here before hitting the sort of more lumpy bits again. I'm thinking, can I do that hill one more time? Can I do it enough to stay in with this group and be in with a shout at the finish line? We've got a 53-second lead over the C group behind, which I'm thinking is probably enough with 4.4 kilometers to go. Again, you can see I've lost the back of this group again. It's just a continual thing, having to put out another red zone effort to catch onto the back. It just became a bit of the story of the race. You're probably bored of me talking about it, but it is the story of the race. It is having to do what I can to catch on to the back again. But with that gap, 46 seconds behind, the one thing playing in my mind is, are the Bs a strong and relatively big group to catch the Cs? We've had that in our races before. As they come together, they get faster. The C cat all up their pace to stay with the Bs. The draft becomes bigger, and then they catch the Ds really quickly. So definitely not over with 3.9 kilometers to go, but I'm hoping we've got enough as a group, relatively big group that stayed together pretty much throughout. Can we get to the finish line together? And the answer to that question is no, not for me anyway. We hit the bottom of the hill again for the last time, and I really tried. I got out and my legs just wouldn't do it. What am I there? 371 watts. Did I break 400? No, I didn't break 400, and you can see them disappear, and I'm literally giving what I've got left. And I'm gutted in a way, because We're 1.7 kilometres from the finish line. I could probably have hung on up the little bumpy bits, but I couldn't quite hold on up there. On the flip side, I am really happy because I've really struggled with races for the last few weeks. I've hung into the group on a hilly-ish course for 22 minutes, and it's just the last kicker that's got me. So I'm actually quite happy, disappointed, but happy. All I want now is for the D-Cat to go on and win it. As Chalkers comes flying past, he's putting a bit of an effort from the guys behind. And I did wonder, is he going to catch those guys in front? 17 seconds. That's a bit of a gap that might be achievable. Could it be in 1.4 kilometres? I don't know. Watching the sprint at the end of the race then, currently with I Davies, but just ahead is A Evans. Stewie up into the orange numbers, just a second behind. Who is going to win out of that group as we watch Stewie putting down big numbers, over 7 watts per kilo I saw there. Can A Evans match it? As they come towards the line, is he going to up it? It's going to be taken by Stewie. A Evans in second as Latix also putting out a burst. I Davies in fourth. P Harper will be next over the line there, so Andy Mott can put out an effort behind. It's going to be taken by P Harper as Chalkers comes flying through. He's caught some of the D-Cat. Great riding. And then we look back a little bit to E Middleyans as well. There's a couple of people. I think I clicked on the wrong people here. There's a couple of people slightly further ahead who are going to be over the line next. Watching S Greaves here, he's got Craig just behind him. Who's going to get to the line first? It's just going to be taken by S Greaves. Craig will be next over. I think we've got Hainel there as well. We've got a race here as John's putting out his orange numbers, as John does. D Appleby will be next over the line. Then M St Clair, and then I'm slowed down a little bit towards the back. I got caught by the C category and gobbled up relatively quickly. And the benefit of staying, I was saying earlier, the benefit of staying with that D group for as long as I did is I've got a 30 odd second lead now over the guys behind. Knowles 26 seconds back, N Corbin 26 seconds, and then a group sort of 30 seconds back. Just going to coast over the line. I'm nodding my head there because actually I'm quite happy with that result. Despite not quite hanging on to the back of the group, it's just nice. It's just nice to be in and amongst them and feeling relatively strong. Stewie taking the win then, 25.15, just ahead of A Evans, 25.16, then 2 seconds back to Latix. And that's great to see everyone so close together. I Davies in fourth, P Harper taking fifth, 25.24. Chalkers we saw coming from the C group, breaking away from that C group and catching some of the Ds in the last couple of laps. That's a great effort. A Mott 7th, Emma Hill in 8th, E Middleyans 25.53, just ahead of S Greaves. We saw just getting to the line in front of Craig. O'Hanel in 12th, John in 13th, D Appleby 14th, M St Clair 15th, and me over the line 26.32, average of 1.8 watts per kilo, 219 watts. 17th then Corbin, N Slevin. We start to see the A's and the B's coming over now. Seymour in 19th, G Moore in 20th, and Chris Jupp 21st, 27.15. Then we have Ben Bishop in 22nd, A Pimer, and T Pollock. Great racing, everyone. I could grow to love that route. It could suit a bit of a spiky power thing like I've got. Unfortunately, on that last climb, genuinely, I just couldn't push any harder. It was one lap too far. But if I was a bit stronger or a bit lighter, I could hold on to the back of the group, and just I would love the route. Brilliant for races. Great to see a D-Cat win again. Well done, Stewie. Everybody in the D group was pushing. We were going at quite some speed. The C's were catching us a little bit every lap, but it's just short enough race to keep them behind us. But yeah, really strong group. Good to see a big D-Cat group as well, which is awesome, and working together. If only I could have stayed in with them, but yeah, I'm still happy with that. Just moving in the right direction, hanging on for as long as I did, got up that climb 4 times in the group. So yeah, I'm happy. I can feel that leg snapper from last night. Going up the hilly bits on this dog walk. Oh, yeah, I can feel the old legs. But the sun has come out today,
and it's gone away again already. I opened the curtains this morning, looked really, really nice. We've had days and days of rain and horrible weather. It looks like it's going to be in for a few days more. So it was a pleasant surprise to see the sun out this morning, but it's gone away already and clouded over. So brilliant. I don't know what my riding's going to look like the next couple of days. It's my birthday early next week, so we might be doing something this weekend, or a few things for my birthday. We've got nothing planned. We have the end of month banded ride on Sunday. Not sure what the route's going to be for that yet, so depending on what we do on Sunday, I might be able to jump onto that. I might jump on tonight if I can. I don't know, although part of me wants to get this video edited so that I leave the weekend free, but we'll still see. But I'm being pulled around this dog walk at the moment. Yeah, so we'll see what the next couple of days brings in terms of cycling. I might want to have a rest after yesterday. I think my watch wanted like 70 hours rest after what was a very short race, so we'll see. But yeah, come on, son. Looking forward to the summer. Made the last minute decision today to go to a football match. Ross, who rides with the group sometimes, sent me a message saying, do you fancy coming along? I'm in London. I'm in Hampton Court. Nice place around here, actually. Coming to watch Hampton and Richmond versus Farnborough. Farnborough, I might have mentioned before, the team I kind of grew up going to watch with my dad many years ago. And he said, do you want to come along? I used to watch them about 10 years ago. In fact, I went through a stage of going home and away every week. So I thought, you know what, jump on the train, which was a bit of a nightmare because of rail replacement stuff, but got here in the end. And now we're having a nice walk in the sun, weirdly. Seems to have come out, it was raining earlier, up to the ground. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good game. Got a coffee in a lovely little coffee shop just outside the train station. So enjoying the sunny walk. Got about half an hour to walk up from the train station to the ground. This is a proper non-league ground. Just stands put together, little huts selling tea and whatnot. Brilliant. I'm surprised I haven't been here before, actually. The number of games I used to come and watch, I would have thought this is somewhere that I would have been, but I haven't. It could be a good game. Farnborough kind of safely mid-table after getting promoted last year, and Hampton and Richmond are a little way below, but they've won 4 or 5 in a row. So a bit of a run together, and Farnborough's form has been a bit stuttery, so hopefully it'll be a good game. One 0 win for Farnborough, probably deserved in the end, slightly edging it on the balance of play, probably slightly the better opportunities, although not that many clear-cut opportunities during the game. But great to catch up with some of the guys, have a chat, just enjoy a day out of the football that I haven't done in a long time. On the way back to the station, just realised I've missed the train. I've got to wait another half an hour for the next train, and then I've got to get back and edit this video. So I'm going to end the video here. Riding for the rest of the week. Tomorrow is the banded group ride special, end of month. But the family have said they're going to take me out for breakfast tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to make that. I might try and get on later in the day. Maybe tonight. I don't know. It depends how I feel when I get home. But yeah, we'll catch up about that at some point in the next video. Thank you as usual to all of the channel members. Your support is amazing. Next week's rides, as usual, Tuesday Trundle on Tuesday night, and the race on Thursday night as well. Tuesday Trundle is 7:30 and the race is 6:30, both UK times hopefully you'll come along to those. And thanks for watching this video. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I can feel that leg snapper from last night in my legs, that's for sure. Whew. Walking the dog this morning, doing a couple of hilly bits. She's doing a poo.